কিছুদিন মনে মনে ঘরের কোণে শ্যামের পীড়িত রাখ গোপনে কিছুদিন মনে মনে ইশারায় কইবি কথা গোঠে মাঠে দেখিস যেন কেউ না জানে কেউ না বোঝে কেউ না শোনে কিছুদিন মনে মনে শ্যামকে যখন পড়বে মনে বলি চাইবি কালো মেঘের পানে রাইলো শ্যামকে যখন পড়বে মনে বলি চাইবি কালো মেঘের পানে আর রান্নাশালে কাঁদবি বসে ভিজে কাঠ দিয়ে উনুনে কিছুদিন মনে মনে শ্যাম সায়রে নাইতে যাবি গায়ের বসন ভিজবে কেনে শ্যাম সায়রে নাইতে যাবি বলি গায়ের বসন ভিজবে কেনে সায়রে সাঁতার দিয়ে আসবি ফিরে সায়রে সাঁতার দিয়ে আসবি ফিরে বলি গায়ের বসন ভিজবে কেনে কিছুদিন মনে মনে বলি উতরে যাবি সতর হবি আর বলবি আমি যাই দক্ষিণে বলি উতর যাবি সতর হবি আর বলবি আমি যাই দক্ষিণে আর মনের কথা মনেই রবে অরসিকে জানবে কেনে কিছুদিন মনে মনে কিছুদিন মনে মনে ঘরের কোণে শ্যামের পীড়িত রাখ গোপনে কিছুদিন মনে মনে ইশারায় কইবি কথা গোঠে মাঠে দেখিস যেন কেউ না জানে কেউ না বোঝে কেউ না শোনে কিছুদিন মনে মনে
Thank you for tuning in to Macroview Television and welcome to a brand new edition of Taiwan Outlook, the program that presents the different faces and lets you hear the different voices on Taiwan. I'm your host, Ray Guo. How much do we know about the country India? And do you like Indian culture, including songs and dances? We're going to find out on today's program because we are delighted to have two young people in Taiwan who are promoting Indian culture through music. First, to my immediate left is Miss Tracy Fang, who's currently a dancer, a singer, and also a sound engineer. Welcome to our program. Tracy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tracy, and my Chinese name is Qian. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Well, Tracy, it's a pleasure to have you on the program. And next to Tracy, of course, is her partner, is Rajat Subhra Karmakar. Welcome to our program.
Hello everyone, myself Rajat, and my Chinese name is Luo Jie, and I'm a PhD student in Chang'an University, and I'm very delighted to be here.
All right, Luo Jie is much simpler. I'm going to go by that for the remainder of the program.
Sure, no problem.
Right. Well, first, a lot of people would, kind of wonder, why the two of you got together, and how did you get together and form the dance, the song and dance group that you have called Tracy and Rajat Dance Group. Okay?
That's
Please,
nice.
Tracy. tell us a little bit the background. How did you guys meet?
It's not really a dance group. I do the Indian dance. I learned the Indian classical dance, Odissi dance.
Okay.
And he is a folk singer.
Okay.
Actually, this two is totally different.
All right.
Yeah,
but,
so
Yes.
when we perform as a group, we do the folk songs. Folk songs. Yeah,
okay.
mainly on folk songs.
But one thing the two of you do have in common is that, Rajat is currently a PhD student
Yes.
at Chang'an University,
Yes.
studying electronic engineering.
Yes.
And Tracy, you also graduated from college in mechanical engineering. Did the engineering background help to forge the relationship?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
We talk about music only.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, of course.
The music is the common thing which brings us together.
Okay.
Yes.
And one thing about the two of you coming together is that we have a very small Indian population in Taiwan. It is
Yes.
getting bigger, of
Yes.
course,
Yes.
but it's not significant by any measure of the standards. But the fact is, our government has been promoting a broader and deeper relationship, with India, whether it's in culture, it's in commercial or other areas. But the fact is that you have a little team together. Do you think this is a way to somehow gradually but effectively promoting the understanding between the two sides, through the shared love of music and songs and dances? What do you think, Rajat?
Yeah, sure. I think this is a very good way of making the relationship better between two countries.
Yes.
And I believe that through the sharing of particularly this folk culture, we can make a bridge between India and Taiwan. Because India has its own very rich folk culture, and also Taiwan has its very rich Aboriginal culture. I have witnessed a little bit about it.
Okay.
And I found a very surprising similarities between these two.
Good.
That's why we are trying that if we can share about it, if we can share about the folk culture from India, if we can share about folk culture from Taiwan, and somehow we can fuse it together, that would be a wonderful thing to make the bridge between these two countries.
Okay. And Raja, a lot of people who, like myself, seeing you for the first time, will probably wonder, why is it, a nice-looking young man like yourself, who's very international? Obviously, because you travel all the way from India to Taiwan to study, your doctoral degree.
Yes.
And why would you be interested in Indian folk music, folk songs? I mean, what does music mean to you?
Well, if I talk about music in general, then it is something spiritual for me. It is something peaceful for me.
All right.
And since I'm a child, I've been a huge music lover. Irrespective of your genre, I love almost every kind of music.
Okay.
When I was in India, I was in college, I used to be a huge heavy metal lover. Yeah, I love hard rock quite a lot. It's true.
That's quite a change.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I still love heavy metal, that's true.
Okay.
But the thing is, when I left India for my doctorate study, and when I was out of my home, then somehow I was missing something.
Okay.
I was missing my home, of course, but I was missing the environment where I can jam with my friends, where I can sing with my friends. That environment I was missing. And another thing that, of course I love heavy metal or hard rock or any kind of Western music, that's true.
Yes.
But I cannot really say that this is really mine.
Okay.
I cannot really say that this is mine. So I need something which is really
that you
mine.
can belong to.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's where the love of folk music comes. That's where I feel, why don't I try this one? Why don't I give it a shot? So I can understand it more, so I can give a more feeling about my home.
Exactly.
Which can help me to remove the homesickness.
Okay.
And also, another main reason I'm more interested in folk music here, because in Taiwan, though the Indian population is less, but many people, they are trying the Indian culture in different way. But I didn't really see anyone try to understand or try to share about the rich folk culture of India. That's why I thought, well, why don't we try about why don't you try to share about the folk culture from my native state.
Okay.
That's where the idea comes.
Okay. Let's shift the focus to Tracy. Tracy, like I said, you study mechanical engineering in college.
Yeah.
And we were, you and I were talking before the taping started. You're still very good with your hands, by taking things apart, trying to understand the mechanical aspects. And why did you, develop the interest to promote Indian culture through music, songs, and dances? I mean, have you been to India many times? Or, do you have friends or relatives there that got you exposed to the Indian culture?
I think in the beginning, which attracted me is the dance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where was the occasion that you first exposed yourself to Indian dances? Did you go to a show or a performance?
I think I've seen some DVD and I found the Indian dance. I think, wow, what is this? Wow. I just, sometimes when you love something, there's no reason.
Okay.
I think, wow, this is so beautiful. I like it.
Okay.
So then slowly I have the chance. I learn a little bit. Then later I think I better know a little bit more about the culture since I'm learning this dance, right? I must understand more about it. So I study. Sometimes I read some article.
Read some books. Good.
Yeah. Then later I went to India to learn.
Okay. Do you observe something on the side, Rajat? She's your partner.
Yes.
Do you sense why she's fascinated with Indian culture?
Well, in my opinion, she's more fascinated, maybe partly because of there is a very rich and warm side of Indian culture, which has a wide acceptance.
Okay.
Because since if you see the Indian history, since the very old age, then Indian culture accepts everyone. Everyone is welcome. So when she finds out that I think, in my opinion, that when she finds out the Indian dance is very fascinating, so beautiful, so colorful, so lively, and then when she tried it, and then I think the people who deal with the dancing, they welcomed her, very warmly. That's why I think she felt it very fascinating.
Fell in love with it.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
But one thing that you guys did not allude to earlier was how did you guys meet? I learned through a little bird, told me that you guys met because you were performing at one of the events, and Tracy was attending. And apparently, felt that you were an okay singer.
Actually, the incident was something like it was on 2013.
Okay.
And at that time, I still didn't have any thought of performing a folk song or not because I don't have any partners out there who can perform with me, or I didn't have that much vision at that time.
Okay.
I was just attending some events or something just like that. There was on 2013 March, I remember, there was an event. It's a festival of colors. We call it Holi.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I was attending there, I was also volunteer, but I was also a performer there. And she attended that event for maintaining the sound. She was a sound engineer.
Oh, okay.
And at that time...
Did she do a good job?
Yeah, she always do a very good job. Always. All right. And what happened that we met, she heard me singing, then we started talking in Facebook about it. Then I also heard that she's a singer too. She's a jazz singer.
Okay.
Then I asked her that, I have some problem singing the high notes or something like that. Maybe you can help me. Then she said, yeah, sure. Then she started giving me some training about how to support my voice and others like this.
All right.
And then what happened that we thought that, since we are trying to improve our singing, why don't we try something new?
Right.
And there was an Indian festival was coming. So we tried, maybe
to
this
be
is
a part of the festival.
Maybe we can be part of the festival. And she encouraged me first time that, maybe we can sing the folk song together for the first time. Yes.
Okay, good. I'm going to ask Rajat the first question. We understand that most of the folk songs and the music that you perform in Taiwan is really from Bengal, all right?
Yes.
Can you first introduce Bengal, India to us? What is so special? What are some of the characteristics of Bengali folk music? Please.
All right. Then first thing I like to say that why we perform Bengali folk songs, because I'm from West Bengal.
Oh, okay.
I'm a native from West Bengal. Bengali is my mother tongue.
Okay.
So this comes naturally for me.
Naturally.
And if we talk about Bengal, then when we use the term Bengal, it always denotes the present day West Bengal, the state of India, and the country Bangladesh. Because West Bengal and Bangladesh, before 1947, they used to be undivided states of British India.
Yes.
And when India gets its independence, then it had the partition actually.
Yes.
And Bengal divided into two parts. The West Bengal belonged to the part of India, and Bangladesh become at that time it was called East Pakistan. It was a part of Pakistan. In 1971, I don't know I forgot which year it is, but it gets its independence.
All right.
And if we talk about the folk music, actually, for example, there are several folk music formats are there. For example, baul, bhatialis, etc., etc. They both belong to, in general, West Bengal and Bangladesh.
Okay.
That's the thing. And if we talk about the characteristics, different music style has its own characteristics, own feeling. For example, like baul, this is a very spiritual kind of music. It has a very deep inner meaning. Bhatiali, it is like a very wide, like it's the song of the boatmen when they ride on the river, when they ride the boat, they used to sing, and they have the feeling like riding the boat. They have the feeling like a very wide feeling, and different music. It has its own style. But the main thing is, through the music, you can relate to the core of the people. Through the music, you can relate to the heart of these places. That's the beauty of this music.
Okay, but when you first arrived in Taiwan, I felt that I want to bring something from home to introduce to the Taiwanese community. One thing that you felt was missing, I believe, was the instrument support.
Yes, that's true.
It's not something that you had planned, so you did not bring any instruments from home.
I didn't really have any plan for that.
Okay.
I didn't really know that I will be performing or I'll be singing. At that time, I was totally focused on, I need to go and I need to do the research.
Do the study.
I was totally focused, but I didn't really know that I will be doing the, music or not.
Okay.
But it happened eventually.
Okay, all right, good. And is that the reason why subsequently Tracy introduced the instrument yueqing, which is a Taiwanese instrument, and also that performed to you, and you felt it was very similar to the musical instruments back home. And therefore, the two of you decided that yueqing should be part of the performance or the introduction of Indian folk songs and music to the people in Taiwan.
Well, somewhat the similarities is there, of course, because yueqing is the yueqing we are using. It's a two-string instrument, and the musical feeling, the sound is very much similar to some folk instruments we have back in Bengal. That's the thing, and also when she introduced this to me, I thought that maybe it would be wonderful to have a fusion between the Taiwanese instrument and the Bengali folk song.
So we are very lucky today because Tracy has brought the yueqing with you, and therefore please pick it up, and then let us know why after that you have mastered the instrument, that you felt this should be included in the performance of the Bengali music or Indian music and songs to the people in Taiwan?
I'm just learning.
No, you're too modest. Yes.
No way. No, the festival we were thinking of taking part of on that time, we think, we need an instrument, but no instruments. Then I found Then I found maybe we can use this. We can use this instrument.
Okay. But let me ask you, did you know how to play yue qing before?
No.
Okay.
So what I do, I don't have this instrument. I try it like once, but I don't have. So I go on internet and order one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very risky, I think.
Okay.
But we think, yeah, we can try.
All
At
right.
least we can get one and we can try something.
Okay.
So then I get this yue qing, and I found it's good, and the sound is good. The tone is beautiful.
It's
Yes.
very good.
Yeah.
It's very
Yes.
nice.
Yeah, it just surprised me.
All right. And therefore, with the instrument available on the program today, afterwards, I'm going to ask, the two of you to introduce the different types of Bengali folk music to us. And for each type, maybe that the two of you introduce to us, then please, maybe I can ask Rajat to do a little short performance of a song of the different types. Please. So the first type you're going to introduce us is?
Well, actually, there are so many types, but I don't really know much about that because I'm also
You're
learning.
also very modest.
No, believe me, there are so many different types, so many songs are there. And believe me, I'm just like a guy who tried to see the big ocean. I just try to see the big view, and I'm nothing compared to it, believe me.
All right.
But still, the first type which I was felt more interesting, it's called baul.
Okay, baul.
The baul is this music. It's from both West Bengal and also present-day Bangladesh.
Okay.
The baul are they're kind of mystic minstrels. They roam from one place to another.
Okay.
And they have their own own religious belief, and their belief is highly influenced by the Vaishnava Hinduism and also a little bit from Islam. And for them, and also through their music, the message they try to convey is that we are all the same. We are all the same. All human beings are the same. We are all connected through the heart.
Okay.
That's the most important thing.
Okay.
It doesn't matter which religion you belong to.
Okay.
Because you are a human being, you have this heart. That's the most important thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Give us a song.
Sure.
All right.
This song, this song I love it very, very much, and perhaps this is one of the first songs which we performed here. It's called Tomai Hrid Majhare Rakhibo Chere Debo Na, means I will keep you in my heart.
Okay.
I will never let you go.
All right.
Yeah, it goes a little bit like this. Boli chere dile sonar dourar to pabo na. Boli chere dile sonar dourar to pabo na 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 chere debo na. O tomai hrid majhare rakhibo chere debo na. Tomai hridoy majhe rakhibo chere debo na. Bhuvon mohono gora koto muni jonar monohara. O Radhar preme matara, Radhar preme o chad gour amar Radhar preme matara dhulay jay bhai gora gori. Jete chaile jete debo na 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 jete debo na. Tomai hrid majhare rakhibo chere debo na. Tomai hridoy majhe rakhibo chere debo na. Thank you.
That was very nice.
Thank
and
you.
both of you lied to me because he's a wonderful singer. Yeah, you are great with the instrument. Yes. And
I'm just trying.
all right. In addition to the baul music, what's the other type?
Well, there are several other types, but also I'm also very much interested. There are two other types. One is called Bhatiyali.
Okay.
Now, Bhatiyali, you can say, it's a very simple. I mean, compared to baul, it doesn't really have that much spiritual meaning or something. But this is very simple and very beautiful.
All right.
Bhatiyali is the song of boatmen. Bhata means downstream, and from this word, this name came. It's like when the boatmen, they used to ride the boat, you know, in the rivers of Bangladesh or rivers of West Bengal, they used to sing. And that's why sometimes we can find there are lots of, you know, high notes in these songs. Right. And these songs, they're talking about like their inner feeling, they're talking about their life, they're talking about how they're surviving, how they're struggling, just like that. It's all about their feeling.
All right, good. Please.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is also, this is a very famous song. This is a very famous Bhatiali song.
All right.
Both in Bangladesh, both in West Bengal. I love it very much. I'll try a little bit about this.
All right. That was also very nice. And then
this song, let me talk about this song's meaning a little bit. It means "Amay dubaili re, amay bhashaili re" means like you are making me drown, you are making me float in this endless river, and I cannot find the shore, I cannot find the side of this river. I don't know how to go.
Okay.
It's just like the feeling of a boatman when he feels helpless.
All right. We're going to ask you to continue introducing the different types of Bengali folk music to us. And the third type will be?
Well, there are so many types, but
yes.
I know very little. So, well, out of them, the third one, which I like to talk about, it's called Bhavaiya. Bhavaiya is a folk song mainly from the northern part of West Bengal. Well, I'm from northern part of West Bengal. You can say this is from my district.
Okay,
you can say
good.
part of.
All right.
And the northern part of West Bengal, some part of Bangladesh, and also the state of Assam. You know, this kind of song is very popular. And this kind of song is very lively. You know, it has a very happy feeling. And this song is it's like a breeze, like air. You can have this very light feeling.
Okay.
It always talk about usually it talk about the happiness, you know, something like this.
Okay.
So, well, if you want, we can try one song.
Please pick a piece.
This song it says like Radhe tumi na jaiyo Jamunar jole. Well, it means like you don't go to the river of Yamuna. Actually, well, in our Indian culture, you know, we have one god. We call him Krishna, and Krishna and his consort Radha. They're very important to our culture, and there are so many songs, so many dramas, so many poems about them. So this song is about them. It says like, Radha, you don't go to river Yamuna because Krishna is waiting there for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
all right. Please.
Baro maashe tero phool phote, baro maashe tero phool phote, oina bosore phote, ola shoy na jayo Jamunar jole, tomra na jayo na jayo na jayo shoy re oina Jamunar jole, tomra na jayo na jayo na jayo shoy re oina Jamunar jole.
That's very, very nice for the two of you. Your singing and also your music here. All right, and Tracy, you can put down the yueqing, take a little breather. And I got one more question for Rajat. Rajat, is when you talk about Indian music, especially folk music, you cannot ignore the significance, the overwhelming presence of Mr. Tagore. All right?
Yes.
I do not dare to say his first name. I know I'm going to get it wrong.
It's all right.
But please tell us, why is he so important to Indian music?
Well, if we talk about Rabindranath Tagore, he was the first Asian Nobel laureate in literature.
Okay.
And I like to share some information that in Indian subcontinent, 3 countries' national anthem is written by him, actually. India and Bangladesh, both these countries, and national anthem is written by him. And Sri Lanka's national anthem is also direct translation from his work, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if we talk, well, Tagore, he was perhaps he was the best talent, or you can say he's the potential genius of his time.
Okay.
What was he? He was everything. He was a poet. He was a songwriter. He was an essayist. He wrote lots of novels, short stories, everything. He has more than 2,300 songs in his lifetime. Okay. So many different types. But if we talk about folk music particularly, then why he's so important? Because he introduced the Baul culture and the Baul music to the West.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Is Baul where he originally came from?
No, of course not. He's from a very rich family.
Oh, okay.
But his family had a lots of estate in now present-day Bangladesh.
Okay.
And when he was taking care of that, he get in touch with the rural people there. And he get to know about this beautiful culture. And then he was highly influenced by it. And lots of his songs, lots of his writings, they have this influence very clearly. And Tagore, his creation was very sophisticated, very rich, and very spiritual also. But sometimes we can find that he tried to break his intellectual self through this Baul music, because Baul has a feeling like break free, like a vagabond feeling, just find the love. Okay. And he tried to find this feeling through the Baul music sometimes. And he talked about it several times in some lectures when he was in Europe.
Okay, all right, that's terrific. And let's now ask you to take a little breather and turn the attention over to Tracy. Tracy, you understand in the year 2005, you started learning, Indian dances.
Yes.
Including the classical Odyssey dance.
Yes, yes.
And tell us why that you wanted to start learning Indian dances. What were some of the challenges that you faced? Please.
At the beginning, I only think, wow, this is beautiful. I like to try.
Okay.
That's the beginning. I think that's the beginning for everything.
Okay, yes, you got to take the first step.
Yes, yes. I think, okay, it's beautiful. I tried, and slowly, I learned a little bit more about the culture and more about the more like spiritual part. Then I found, wow, it's so big, so deep. Yeah.
All right.
Then about the classical dance. Actually, in India there are 8 classical dances. Okay. And Odyssey is just one of them.
All right.
And I tried 4.
Oh, okay. That's
I tried 4
good.
and I found, okay, this is what I want.
All right.
Yeah. And I feel more suitable. I feel more me.
Yes. You felt you could express yourself better through Indian dances.
Yes.
What is so special about this, classical dance? I mean, are there any special body movements that's able to allow you to, have broader expressions?
It's a little bit difficult to explain.
Okay, but
I think I can introduce a little bit. For example, in the Indian dance, in the Indian dances, you can see many different expressions, and also the hand gestures.
Yes.
We call it mudra. Okay.
All right. For example, what will be some of the hand gestures used in the dance?
For example, this is lotus flower.
Oh, okay. Blossoming.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And this one bird.
Oh. One bird.
Another bird.
Okay.
And they are kissing.
Right. Okay.
For example, like this. Then in Indian dances, we usually, they are more drama, more acting.
Yes.
All right.
It's more acting than other dances.
Okay.
And for Indian dances, it's very important because when you dance, you must, the dances, you have to take something, you have to express something.
Right.
That is the main thing. If you don't have this, you just do the movement, then no meaning.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
So, maybe for people who perform Indian dances, their own interpretation of the dance routine is very important. For them to be set apart from all the others, because, like you said, you don't want to just go through the motion, right?
Yes.
You want to be able to interpret the dance, and then put in your feelings.
Yes.
And what would be the aspects, the emotional aspects that you felt was most attractive to you?
The dance items we are learning is all fixed.
It's all fixed.
Yeah, it's all fixed. So the original of the Indian dance is all about God.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's all about God.
Yes.
Very spiritual.
All right.
So in the dance, maybe one part of this dance is like describing this God, or saying, "Wow, how nice," something like this. I think I can do little demonstration.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
about how to express.
All right.
I said, I told you that there are many mudras. Okay, for example, that flower. If I do like this, there's no meaning. No meaning. So what we have to do? We have to do it from our heart. So it should be like this.
Facial
like this.
expression.
Yes. Yeah. And we have to say the story. Say it to the audience. Right. So, for example, if I'm describing one god, Ganesh. Ganesh, he has the elephant head.
All right.
And human body.
Okay.
So what we do, maybe one hand here. This is the
ear.
Ear.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another hand
here.
The trunk.
Trunk.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
We should do this, and we think, wow, we see the God so nice, so good.
Yes.
We have to show this. If we just do this, then no meaning.
There's no emotion.
No emotion. Then that's nothing. That's not even called dance.
Okay. All right. Let me ask the two of you. Since the group was formed back in 2013, you have been performing at different, festivals, gathering or events around Taiwan.
Yes.
And let me ask you: is there any interesting stories that you can share with us, especially regarding Taiwanese community's reaction to Indian folk music and also to the folk dance? Starting with you, Rajat.
Well, if you ask me about the stories, then honestly speaking, when I go to performance, then I usually stay very focused and I barely talk to the people.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't really know that what actually going on around me. I only stay focused, but I can share with you one or two incidents. I remember one time we went to it was a friendly gathering of It was a friendly gathering of the Malayali people. Malayali people are from Kerala. Kerala is a southern state of India.
Okay.
And they had a very simple, like a Christmas gathering. Okay. One of our friends invited us. And when I went there, I don't really know their language. No. But still, they're very nice to invite us and they want me to sing. Then what should I sing? Then I thought, why not I try something new? Then I tried one song from Assam tea tribes. The Assam tea tribes has their own different style of music.
Okay.
So I sing one song there. And then one gentleman come to me and he talked to me a little bit. He told me that his father was working in Assam. And long time ago, his father went back to Kerala. And this gentleman never really been to Assam. But when I was singing, he get the feeling.
Okay,
from
he
that.
could envision.
Yeah,
yes,
he get the feeling from Assam's tea garden and etc. etc. So that's a really nice feeling.
Very touching.
Yeah, and one thing about the reaction of the Taiwanese people here, I find that they're some are very interested.
Yeah.
Some come to see as a new experience, something like that.
Right.
But overall, I find it they're kind of like it. I feel.
Yes.
They feel interested about it. I feel that, and of course. I like to thank especially ITA, the India Taipei Association. They helped a lot about in last few months and last 1 year to help us to do some performances and
Good.
to go to some special events like this.
All right.
Yeah.
And how about you, Tracy? Because I know, in addition to the performances, you also give speeches and talks to different organizations and schools around Taiwan. What is the general reaction from the public? Are they interested in the Indian culture, especially the songs and dances?
Most of them got surprised.
Really?
Because this is something too new for them.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's true.
it was also very new for me before.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and then it's not really like speech, it's just a sharing. I try to share what I know. And usually I share about the Indian classical dances. There are 8 types. I try to explain a little bit. I try to introduce a little bit about the Indian 3-man gods.
Okay.
And about the culture part. Then one by one we see the video. I try to introduce the different dances, different style. Then yeah.
And the reaction generally is being very positive, I would imagine. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And about the folk songs, I think the most funny thing is many people come to ask us about the instruments.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. For example, when I play the yueqin, you have seen that one. It has the round body.
Yes.
Yeah. And some people come to ask me, what is that
Indian
instrument?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, some Taiwanese ask this. I feel, well, of course we know this is a Taiwan yueqin. I feel a little bit sad because we are Taiwan people, and many of us do
not know
Yeah.
this is a native instrument. Yes.
Sometimes I feel a little bit sad.
But one
Yeah.
thing that you can imagine, like, the instrument suits so well
Yes.
for the
Yes,
folk
yes.
music
Indian
that
songs
they think that it is an Indian instrument. That's one interesting
Yeah,
thing.
that's also very.
It suits
very
so well.
Yes.
Yes. We understand the two of you have done quite a bit on your own in terms of promoting the bilateral understanding between India and Taiwan. Anything on the agenda? Maybe for the next 3 to 5 years, however long, Rajat, you plan to stay in Taiwan, that maybe you can, develop, this platform a little more, not just the two of you. Maybe in the future you can recruit some students, who might be interested learning the classical dances from you and the songs from you. I mean, is anything like this on the agenda? Rajat?
Well, let me be honest with you. Though right now we are 2 here,
Yes.
that we have been doing this for quite a long. I mean, since 2013.
Yes.
But I must acknowledge some people who have been with us. Because, for example, there was one big sister with us. Right now she is in America. She is doing her PhD in Harvard.
Okay.
She is a tabla player. Tabla is a percussion. It's not percussion. It's a drum,
It
like
is
small drum.
percussion.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway. So she used to play with us, and when we share about folk music first time,
Yes.
she helped us a lot. She used to talk in Chinese to the audience.
Okay.
When I finished speaking in English, and she knew about this folk music very well.
Okay.
And she inspired us quite a lot. Right now, she's not in Taiwan, and we every time we miss her.
Yeah.
And also there is a little sister with us. She also sometimes play with us. She's a very good violin and a flute player.
Terrific.
And also we try to include some different kinds of instruments. Sometimes we try to include some different styles of instrument to make a fusion. For example, there is a very good percussionist He's a professional one, but he is a very good friend of ours. He also played with us several times.
Right.
And one time we performed in Tsinghua University.
Yes.
They have a Diwali celebration, and at that time they loved our performance.
Yeah.
They loved
they
it.
all sing together.
Though we didn't really perform the Bengali folk song, we performed a different kinds of music there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Western. No, it's from the.
It's from the western side of India.
Yes, western side.
It's called Qawwali.
Yes.
Anyway, but they loved it. And if you talk about the future, then honestly, I don't know how long I will stay or when I will go back. I don't really think that much. But I have a dream, you can say, that I don't really want to have a class or something, but I want to have a workshop or have a studio where different kinds of people, different musicians or artists or dancers will come. They will share their crazy ideas. They will share the thoughts. We can create something from the scratches, just like that. I have this dream, if possible, one day.
All right, but that sounds very fascinating.
Yeah.
We certainly hope that you can realize it in the future. It's truly been a pleasure to have the two of you on the program today. Want to wish you both all the best in your personal and professional endeavors in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching our program today. I'll see you next time on Macroview Television. Thank you.